Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Welcome back. Chris Bone here from Meat Off the Bone and County Kitchen. It's the holidays. Every single, I guess, family does it different. Some families like to do it with beef. Some people like to do it with ham. Some people like to do it with turkey. I'm talking about sliders. Every family does their own holiday slider, a little bit different than the other. Well, I like all of them. I really do like the ham and cheese, the ham and Swiss sliders on Hawaiian buns with the butter topping. I have done a video like that, so if you like those, check that out. But today, we are going to do Philly cheesesteak sliders. Yay! Almost the same way as the ham and cheese sliders that you see on the holidays. And well, I'm gonna do my own little rendition of it. So let's go. Have some garlic. I was gonna use provolone cheese, but since I have a lot of Swiss left over from an old party that I did, I'm gonna use the Swiss. Can't go wrong with that. Butter, mushrooms, peppers, onions, steakums, and of course our Hawaiian rolls. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sauteing the peppers, and I'm gonna cut the peppers, chop up the onion, and we're all gonna saute the mushrooms, all of it together, and the butter and the garlic. So that's gonna be our first step. Second step, we're gonna cut the Hawaiian rolls, and then the third step, I'm gonna start cooking the beef. I don't know how much I have, a 21 piece here and a 17 piece, 14 piece here. I don't know how much I'm gonna use, that's why I bought both boxes. Well, let's get started. And as some of you know, that I did do a steak and cheese video a while back, but apparently for some reason it cuts off at like 10 minutes. So this is me doing the video again, and hopefully, to tell you the truth, I'm glad I'm doing it again, because when I did it the last video, the type of steak that I used was a what was it? It was like a chopped round or something like that. I can't remember what the steak was, but it was said it was for Philly cheesesteaks. It wasn't. It came out all right, but I had to literally slice them into strips and put them on the sandwiches, and that's how I ate it. It still tasted good, but it wasn't. It didn't have the bite, didn't have the pull away that a regular Philly cheesesteak does. So I got the regular type of steaks that you want to use, and let's get started. All right. For all of you that know, especially those who are familiar with the videos, I'm gonna get some gloves on. Nothing? All right, wonderful. Put these to the side. Okay, as you most know, doing a pepper, just cut it right down the middle. So the seeds, take your 2 fingers and take them out. The white membrane right here, you want to take that out as well, and knock it to get all the excess seeds out. You can use your knife and you know, try and get all of it out, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. I mean, it's going into a stir fry, or it's getting sauteed. I'm sorry, it's not a stir fry, saute. All right, there you go. That's one. You could use a knife. I just rip it. Yes, you will find seeds everywhere if you do this. are done. Let's put these aside because now I have seeds everywhere. You know what? Give me a serrated knife. There we go. Take the ends off. Right down the middle. It's hard to get these with gloves on. But if you don't do it without gloves, your fingers are going to smell like onion all day. Unless you have lemon juice. If you have lemon, if you're using lemons and you get some, or lemons, if you're using onions and you get some onion smell on your hands, use lemon or lime, fresh lemon or lime. If you don't use the juice, and wash your hands and scrub them really well with the juice, and it'll take the acid, the smell off of your hands. Just an FYI. Cut your onions as thick or thin as possible. I like mine really thin, so they spread out on the sandwich. If you have really thick sliced onions, you get a lot of onion in like one bite and no onion in another. I have a backup onion in the fridge if I need it, but I doubt I will. Okay. Now that these are done, I'm gonna put the onions in first. Onions and mushrooms always do take the, I guess, the longest, but no big deal. Maybe about like one full, maybe a half a stick of butter, maybe a full stick of butter. Just for saute reasons. I mean, I'm using a lot, so using about a stick. Let that melt. Okay, let's put these in. Wonderful. Now time for the peppers. I cut them upside down like this because when you cut them on this side, the knife likes to slip on the skin. So when you cut it on the fruit, it doesn't slip anywhere. Just another FYI. It's up to you though. Okay, peppers are done. That looks nice. garlic. Some adobo. And black pepper, of course. I've already put in black pepper, salt and black pepper on the meat as well. Okay. Turn the heat down a little bit. Give it a small little cover. While we wait for that to cook, we'll break out the rolls. And very carefully, we're going to try and slice them down the middle. I like to go around the bread. That way I'm not losing my place where I'm at. Instead of trying to go through without seeing, and you end up cutting, like, you know, all the way down the bottom, and you don't want that. Look at that. Perfect. Wonderful. Put the bottom in a nice little hotel. And take some butter and we're going to melt it. Not that much. Put the garlic in here. Just a little tiny bit. Melt this. Very colorful. Very colorful. And not a whole lot, just enough to give a little bit of a nice buttery flavor. And the rest we're going to save, and it's going to go on top of the buns themselves after we fill them. Okay. Now remember, I still have the meat to cook. This is all just the prep work. What I'm going to do is, since each piece of cheese won't really fit, I'm going to, you know, instead of folding them like that and putting it on, I'm just going to cut them in the force. Put 2 pieces on each. Doesn't matter if they overlap. They're all going to melt together anyway. Oh yes, put your stove. You put your oven on 300. And if you have a convection, please keep the fan off, because we will be covering these. So the fan being on won't really do much. Okay, the bottom is ready. Let's go and see how the vegetables are doing. Oh, they look great. They look wonderful. Awesome. Okay, the vegetables are about done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go slide them over here into the corner, and we're going to bring out another pan identical to this one for the meat. Turn your fire back on high. And I guess this is what they look like. I've never used these before. Very odd. Okay. Very odd. Okay. We'll make it happen. I'm not sure, are each of these one sandwich, or? You know what? I'm going to cook them all. No idea how these even come off. Oh, this is different. This is not what they use in the restaurants. I'm letting you know that right now. But I will be using this entire pack and probably some of the next pack, just to make sure I have enough meat. Can't have too much meat, y'all. Cannot have too much meat. I do like the way it cuts though. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook a bit of meat here and then stick it into the there, and then we're going to mix it all together, and then we'll go from there. Oops, sorry, I almost dropped you. And if you're using this type of steakum, I would highly suggest thoroughly cooking. I know a lot of people like their meats rare, like me, I do, but this isn't. This is more like a hamburger type meat than an actual steak. So you really do want to cook this all the way through thoroughly. Even though we're going to be putting it in the oven and cooking it even further, I feel safe by cooking this meat thoroughly, totally thoroughly to well done before we even put it in on the sandwiches. It doesn't cook, it doesn't take long at all. It is almost like a hamburger, isn't it? It doesn't take long at all. Okay. So that session is finished. On to the next. And yes, the heat is on the next burner over here, so we will be cooking it again thoroughly. together with the this is something else. Much enjoy. I hope this tastes good. Like I said, I've never dealt with this before. I've heard of people using steakums, like old school lunches back in the day used to use this, but you know, school lunches have come very, very far in the last few years. Some good, some bad, but it's not for me to say. See, what I'm used to doing with my steak and cheese is what I thought I was getting. Were these kind of oval, about that thick, big hunks of meat. They look like about a little bit bigger, but about a little bit bigger than the McDonald's hash browns. And they're like heat meat, and when you heat them, you can break them up like I'm breaking up here. But they're actually, you know, steak. I'm sure these are steak too, but they're just, I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, please leave me a comment, because I cannot remember what they're called. I remember what they look like, and I've dealt with those before. I've never dealt with these. I thought these were those. So my bad. But these, they smell great. They smell like steak. More of a hamburger, but steak burger. Oh well. This is going to be exactly the bite that we want for the sandwich that we're making, though. So I am glad that I got these. Yeah, just to let you see that. You can see the bubbling. Everything is on. So I go from here to there. So I want to get both. There's no rhyme, no reason. Just, well, the reason is to eat. There's no rhyme. Just scoop the meat as evenly as you can on the awaiting cheese. Something's going to fall out. That's going to be no big deal. Okay, that looks wonderful. That's about all I need. This I'll save. Maybe I'll make another set of sandwiches, but for now I'm just going to put this aside. Come back with our second set of cheese. The tops, the sandwiches are ready for the top layer of bread, but me being me, I like to put a little spin on things. So what I'm gonna do is I grab some little bit of ranch and some Worcestershire sauce, and I'm gonna mix that together to make kind of like a little bit of a creamy, ranchy, kind of a Southwest layer of flavor that I'm gonna put here before I put them on top, before we put them in the oven. That's just me. This is what I'm doing. I'm going along by the seat of my pants right now, but if you never tried it, try it. All it is ranch, buttermilk ranch dressing, and Worcestershire sauce. Whip it up and you put it on everything. Put it over fries. French fries are awesome over French fries. Anyway, just watch. So good. Now that I think of it, I wish I put this on the bottom of those, but meh, no big deal. Yes. Oh yeah. So let's bring you with me. If you don't have ranch dressing on hand, you can use a little bit of mayonnaise and a touch of mustard with your Worcestershire sauce, and that'll bring out a whole new type of flavorful packed to go with your sandwich. Sandwiches, so I say sandwiches. I try and get as much as the bread as I possibly can, and let it kind of seep into itself. That looks wonderful. That looks great. All right. Now, we take our butter that we had melted earlier. Actually, I forgot something. Next time, I promise I'll come prepared. I totally forgot about the parsley. Okay, these are ready. These look fantastic. They are ready to go in the oven. Okay, well, it's still here. My apologies. I got called into a meeting and I had to cut off the video real quick. So I'm reiterating what I was saying before. I don't remember, but that's where editing comes in. So we'll see if it makes it. This is ready. It's about to go in. It's looking quite good. You can see that the butter's kind of solidified a little bit because of the time I was in a meeting. It's no big deal. It'll be melt. Take a piece of tin foil and cover it. Your oven should be at 350. Which it is. Actually, let's put this on here. And that's going in for 20 minutes. So, right before 12. We will see you in 20 minutes. All right. It has been about 20 minutes or so. Time to go ahead and check these out, see how they could turn out. Let's turn the oven off. Right, let's see how these turned out. Be careful, the foil is hot. All right. Wonderful, they look great. I'm going to take these off of this, put them on here. Well, and a little secret, especially if you're using aluminum hotel pans, just cut the corners. Now watch out, they are going to be sharp, but they're very easy to get things out of them Yeah, they feel wonderful. They're very, very, very hot. Cheese is nice and melted. It'll fall apart a little bit, but that's to be expected. See how they taste. They look fantabulous. Philly cheesesteak slider on a Hawaiian bun. The only thing I'm missing would be the lettuce and tomato, but I'm not going to put that on in the oven. That's just bad. Anyway, they came out wonderful. The cheese is nice and melted. The meat is chewable, and the vegetables are lightly sauteed. They look wonderful, and they smell great. I highly, highly recommend you trying it this season, next season, any season. Just try it. If you do, let me know how it goes. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you all for the support. Have a great and wonderful holiday. Y'all take care.